It's impossible. Go slow. Go slow.
Throw me an alley-oop.
Welcome back, you guys. My name is Caine, and we know Rudy Gobert as one of the league's best rim protectors, but what about before he led the NBA in block shots? Let's talk about Rudy before he was drafted, how he got one of the worst ratings in NBA 2K, and how he worked his way into the Jazz's starting lineup. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not already to keep up with the NBA videos I'll be putting out, and let's talk about Rudy's player development. Going into the 2013 NBA draft, Rudy Gobert measured in with a 7'9" wingspan, which was an NBA draft combine record at the time. Gobert's appeal as a player was his physical tools as a NBA center. Gobert could not shoot, he could not dribble, and he was passed up on draft night 26 times because teams just weren't sure if his physical tools could translate into an NBA player that you could trust playing 30 minutes a night. A 7'1" center that can defend the rim and grow into a key player was what the Jazz were hoping for when they traded for Rudy in a draft day deal with the Denver Nuggets in June 2013. He was the 27th pick. If you want to see one way how Rudy progressed as a player, you can look at how he was first rated by NBA 2K14 to now. When NBA 2K14 was released back in October 2013, they gave him a 52 overall rating. For those that don't keep up with the NBA 2K basketball games, just know that Rudy was one of the worst rated players in the game when it first came out. I do not remember a first round pick given a rating that bad off the jump. Just to give you guys some perspective of other 27th picks in the draft that were rated by 2K, Larry Nance and Pascal Siakam got ratings of 66 and 67. So even though Rudy was relatively unknown at the time, it was weird how a first round pick got rated so low. Let's just say you did not know anything about Rudy and didn't know he was taken in the first round. You might assume he went undrafted or he was just really bad. Maybe he took a piss in Ronnie 2K's cereal, but eventually Gobert would get his rating up. Gobert did not get that many minutes as a rookie. He played in 45 games and had 2 assignments in the D-League. He pretty much dominated when he was sent down to the D-League. In the games he played, he averaged 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. In the NBA, he sometimes had trouble staying on the court because he would get in quick foul trouble, and he went through struggles that most rookies go through. He just was not polished yet. Gobert had a way better second season. He got a lot more playing time and finished 3rd in most improved player voting. When Enes Kanter was traded at the 2015 deadline, the Jazz became one of the best defensive teams in the league for the last 2 months of the season, and a lot of that had to do with Rudy. When he was on the court for the Jazz, they only gave up 99.7 points per 100 possessions, which was equivalent to the Spurs' 3rd-ranked defense in 2015. What made Rudy such a good rim defender was not just his physical tools and being able to avoid fouls when blocking shots, it was that he took offensive players driving at him as a sign of disrespect. Rudy got angry. Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder said that Rudy would get pissed when someone tried to drive towards him, and he made it his mission to make sure the opponent missed the shot. Rudy finished that season 2nd in blocks behind Anthony Davis, and he would improve even more in his 3rd year. Rudy got his averages up to 9 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, and the Jazz were the NBA's 8th best defense in the 2015-2016 season. He did go down with an injury that hurt the Jazz's playoff chances down the stretch, but overall it was a great year for him as a defender as he finished 7th in Defensive Player of the Year voting. He was getting more polished as a player from working on his game, and he got stronger, which helped him against bigger players. Check this out. This is from NBA.com's advanced stats page. On defending shots less than 6 feet from the rim, Rudy had the 2nd best percentage behind Robin Lopez, who was the best at defending those shots that year. In the 2016-2017 season, we got to see a very polished Rudy Gobert. It was a great year for him. He went from being a guy that fouled too much and couldn't do anything on offense in 2013 to a guy that was averaging a double-double while finishing 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year voting. He was tied with Marcin Gortat as the NBA's leader in screen assists. Rudy was now very involved in the team's offense. He was able to screen guys to get them open and do other things on offense to score. The Jazz were the NBA's 3rd best defense that year behind Golden State and San Antonio. If you check the stats for shots defended less than 6 feet from the rim, Rudy Gobert was still one of the best. For players that defended at least 6 shots per game, Rudy had the 2nd best percentage behind Joel Embiid. He was once again the anchor to a top 10 defense that was able to win over 50 games that year. This is just really cool to me because again, Rudy got passed up almost into the 2nd round because he was so inexperienced and he grew into a player that led the NBA in shot blocks. Right now in the 2017-2018 season, the Jazz are streaking and are going to be looking to make a second half of the season playoff push. They could be a tough team to out if they get one of the last Western playoff spots, because they are once again a top 10 defense. Rudy had 8 double-doubles and led the league in blocks per game before he got hurt earlier in the year, but he seems to be back in normal Gobert mode. Before the season started, he tweeted out his rating for 2K18, which was an 88 overall, a pretty big jump from a 52 overall in 2K14. He thinks it's too low, but hey, it's still better than that 52. It's impressive how fast he grew as a player to become one of the most dominant defenders in the NBA and someone you can actually pass the ball to, because he was not a good offensive player in 2013. Shout out to Carson Steinhaus for recommending this video topic. I do read pretty much every comment, so if you have an interesting video topic, I will probably get to it. If not, I'll write it down. You guys have made Talking Hoops a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys sticking with the channel and always supporting. So follow me on Twitter if you're on there, because I do tweet about random NBA stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video.